I guess we're going to try. We're going to see if the internet works today. I am visiting. I traveled, went to Denver, and so I have no idea if this hotel that I am staying in is going to have good enough internet. My audio is probably going to be crap, but we are going to do this anyway. And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I wanted to do my arena climb today. And like I said, I have no idea if the stream's going to be good or not. We're going to find out whether the internet can hold up, but I'm pretty excited to be here. And woo, 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 what's happening, everybody? So I got to get right into it. I've only got about 45 minutes to climb, and I've got a weird team sitting here, a team I've actually never seen before. He's got Brood Alpha, and I'm guessing it's because he gives him an extra tank. Plus, he's got Yoda in there super fast, so I'm guessing it's going to block me up. But anyway, so we're just gonna stream for a little bit. Hopefully we'll have some fun, do a little arena, do a little ships arena, look at the roster, who I've gear 13, all of that. And so it's not going to be much of a question and answer session. I only can see so much. I'm just on my laptop. As you can tell, the camera's crap. The audio's not as good. And so I have got to, I can't see the comments nearly as much. So I can see them, but they move really, really fast. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. This is a crazy team that I'm going against. I'm just using the classic team. Laugh It Up says, how about Scissor Man? And I already did his stuff for the day. And right now it's time to do some battles in my main account. And I thought, why not share it with you guys? So that's going up. Raza says, what's up, chat? All right. Well, it is 5 versus 6, and they have tenacity up, so this is not good. We do also have a auto-taunting tank that is up in here. Now, it's hard to see because of the way that it looks, but we're just going to do a basic, and there we go. That sucks, and that's exactly the problem with having that tenacity up from their Yoda. So we are going to try very slowly to work through this and win, but there's a really good chance we're going to lose this just because of the tenacity up going first. But we'll pay attention to all of our debuffs and see how this goes. All right, we are messed up, so we got to do the basic. That's going to hurt. Ouch. Let's go ahead and... he's still taunting. Let's go ahead and suck some life out of him, and they'll generate. Now, I know she has the debuff on her, so this shock isn't going to do anything, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just to get rid of the brute. Oh, and it did not get rid of the brute. It was just not enough. All right, let's go ahead, and since he has Death Mark, let's try and get rid of him. That'll make things really important. Yikes, we're getting cremated. Malik will be the only reason why I pull this out, if I pull this out. And yikes, this is rough. Oh, she survived that. What kind of heck is that? All right, let's see. Geo Brute Alpha. Man, it is going to be 3 versus 1, 3 versus 2, and that tank is going to make it very difficult for me. Or so I thought. We got to get HK out of there. HK is really the problem. And, of course, he had Foresight because of Yoda. Got to love that. He's going to keep bringing that tank. The good news is I'm going to be able to, we're going to have to get Yoda out of here and HK. HK can just one-shot him. Let's go ahead and try for... Oh, man, Foresight, I tell you what, that is frustrating as all get up, all the frustration. This is the kind of crap that I get to deal with on a daily basis. Weird that this guy climbed, but this is the first time in my life ever going against this team specifically. I've never seen anyone use Geo Brood Alpha in Arena, And not sure I'm going to win this one. This is an interesting team comp. The guy does not have Malik, and he has not been able to do well in arena. So basically now I have to try and figure out how to get these two before he brings up his tank again. And he keeps bringing his tank into things. I almost have to go full auto just to have enough time. It is an interesting team composition. It's definitely, for me as a game player, super frustrating because I'm not able to actually get to the character I want to get to. Definitely interesting, but I think Malik's Malik, and there we go. Well, so far the stream internet, other than the video quality and audio is kind of crappy, the actual internet seems to be really, really good. Cal Drogo says, how can you bring an absolutely broken character like that into the game? That was an interesting team comp because he instantly gets two characters out of one character. So it's 6 versus 5. He has an auto taunter that he can constantly keep bringing back. Yoda keeps throwing up foresight, which makes it hard to hit because there's not a whole lot of characters that hit through foresight on this team. And it gives him that opportunity to have freedom long enough with HK to be able to do that. Plus, his Bastila can be slower and still apply the debuffs because she gets to go first, because mine obviously can't do it because of the tenacity up. So that's too bad. All right. Plus, I wanted to do my main account because that's a treat, right? We never see my main account or what I have to go through every day in there. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Dradica, level 13. Soldier, level 13. Bosk, level 13. Rex, level 13. Dengar, level 13. Spy, Solo, Chewbacca. Yikes. Let's go to ships. Yeah, Frank Brown. Main account. What? Let's do it. All right. Okay, so I'm at 23, and I got to do some climbing. Nerf tenacity up. This is the team I use. You can use any combination. Really what you need is Han's Millennium Falcon, Houndstooth, a Rebel third ship, any Rebel third ship, and then Cassian and Phantom 2. And that's it. That's basically all she wrote. That's all you need. So Andrew Boss asks, when's the next Scissorman stream? And I was going to do it last week, but I had just gone back from vacation to work, and the day that I needed to do the stream, I was at work all day. Holy cow, I've almost lost my Han's Millennium Falcon, but we can recover, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, this 1x speed is going to kill me. Let's go auto battle, select option. Good Lord. I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's put a little target lock. No assist. Let's go ahead and cleanse myself. Now we got to go for it. So the next Scissorman stream, to answer that question, will be next week, I think. I might do one sooner if I can find some time for Grand Arena. I'm going to be in Denver for 3 days for work, and I will attempt to try and do another stream while I'm here. And let's see if we can kill Bosk. If I can get the calls to assist, this will kill him. If not, it won't. Of course, it missed. I love when the ships just randomly miss. That's always fun. There we go. That's dead. I've got to regenerate my Bosk, but it's not going to happen. We got to get rid of his ship. See, Worth It series on packs in the shop. What packs in the shop would you like to know about? If you want to hit the comment section up and ask about which packs, I can tell you which packs I think are worth it. There's not a whole lot worth it in the packs right now. Mostly just like packs on characters that just recently came out. So no calls to assist today. This is like worst case scenario, which is fine because we're still going to win. All right, let's just keep going, and let's go ahead and do that just in case, because Bosk is a beast. The gear pack, defend the hive. Yeah, the gear pack's pretty good. The gear pack for $8, I mean, if you can afford it, it's a nice little bump of a bunch of really, really popular gear. If you want to support the game, the $8 gear pack's decent. The Defend the Hive, honestly, all those characters are so easily accessible You really don't need to get any of those packs. Let's go look at those packs real quick. Store. So yeah, there's all the characters. I wouldn't do any of the $14.99 character packs because they're all farmable. These character packs, I never did them in the past because they were farmable. I'm not going to do them now. The faction mega packs, those are all trash. The faction pack, the faction mega packs are all trash. All the fleet data cards and chromium cards, these are trash. Is Geo Brood Alpha a good character to Zeta? Are you kidding me? Yes. The answer is yes, yes, and yes. So really quick, while we're waiting for cooldowns, let's go look really quick. How much further do I have? 1 minute. All right, we got some time. All right, let's go into characters. And currently I got BB-8 in my favorites because I'm going to put in his Gear 13. Magna Guard I'm taking to Gear 13. And Nightsister Spirit, I've got 2 pieces, the Gear 13 and the other piece. And then Wat Tambor, I have a Zeta waiting for him. I'm going to unlock him here, in the next couple of days. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see. Adam says, I was looking at your Scissorman account and holy crap, you're killing it. It is amazing. You could have probably beat all 3 of my accounts that are much older. Yeah, so I had a guy tell me, hey, your Scissorman account, I've had two different styles of people talk to me about my account. Well, first was a guy that said that it's way better than anybody could do during that period of time. And my response to him was, I'm not here to showcase average. I'm here to showcase what's best case scenario. So obviously results may vary. If some people know what they're doing and hyper focused, they'll be with me. And if other people aren't, they're not going to be quite as high. It's okay. I'm here to show best case scenario. And then I just recently had a guy on Facebook say that my Scissorman account is hot trash, which I responded to with a meme of me throwing trash into a trash can and missing. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, so pretty funny. Derek says, is Cassian's Ewing good at lower levels instead of following the pillar system? So actually, Cassian's Ewing is in the pillar system. You got to remember, the pillar system does not include ships for a reason because ships comes out of ship currency, and you can do whatever you want with ships currency. That's kind of the freebie for you to focus on whatever. And remember that the bugs, same thing. They were kind of fair game out of Galactic War currency. You can get stuff super fast there. So, all right, let's do another battle. Who do I have to face? Oh my goodness, Sector. You guys want to see a fast battle. Man, I don't have time to mess around, but I was going to show you Sector. If I went against Sector, I would lose in about 10, 15 seconds. You guys want to see some fun stuff. His Malik goes first. His Malik is faster than anything I can do. It's at 336. It's faster than any character I can have. So his Malik dispels my auto taunter. And then that one was 336. And this one is 335. 1 speed under. So he gets to go first, dispel, and then hit my leader. All my characters miss their turn, and then he gets to dispel. By the time I get my first turn, if I get a turn, I've already lost 3 or 4 characters. So pretty crazy. We're going to go against Yfall. And by the way, even if I have a better team or better mods, you can still lose. It's actually very, very easy to do. Frank Brown says it sounds like his matchups. I have like 4 people with mods like that on my account. So there's the auto taunt that saves my bacon, and I only have 1 speed set over 150. That 1 speed set over 150 is on Bastila, and so I can't ever go first with a dual combo like they have, which would be awesome. But we're going to go ahead and dispel or debuff, sorry, and we'll go ahead and there dispel. And then we're going to throw this. Now, I know a lot of people say, don't throw it until you get shocked. Shock's going to take a minute, you guys, to go around, and we're going to be able to put it back on. What I'm doing is just trying to get damage applied to the characters because what I'm trying to do is get them knocked out. And a lot of times I enjoy taking HK out. Now, HK didn't have as much damage done as I was hoping because he regenerated protection when he threw his bomb. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a basic. Got to get it down just a little further. And then I think with 10 stacks of ferocity, hopefully this curb stomp to the face will take him out. I'm really hoping it does. Bam. There we go. got him. And the whole point is to try and do it so fast that you don't trigger the death mark. The reason is if you trigger death mark, and then you have to hit him, and then when he takes damage, he equalizes, and Malik takes damage, and you trigger Malik, and Malik gets sped up. So that was my goal, was to just curb stomp him and do this. Now Malik is injured a little bit. I'm going to be able to take Darth Revan. There we go. And now I got Darth Revan. I got to take out their tank. He's taunting again. So, and she still has her debuff on her, so we'll just do a basic. And I'm going to go ahead and do that because I have no debuffs that are not good. And let's go ahead and finish off the tank with a basic. I'll use his special. Oh, nice. We get to assassinate somebody. Wha-pow. That was fun. And, man, she's still debuffed. That sucks. She's been put out of the game for that. Let's go ahead and do basic again. He's going to suck some life out of HK. Hopefully we get the stun. Boom! All right. Didn't get it, but that's okay. We're going to kill him pretty quick. Assassinate number 2. Boop. 57k to the face. When can we expect the I Hate CG video, LOL, from Onion Crisps? So, Onion Crisps, I don't hate Capital Games. What happened, if everybody wants to know, I didn't make a public video about it because I didn't need to. I don't, what goes on in private should pretty much stay in private. I do share my private life with my patrons, though, quite a bit because they're my patrons. They support me financially, so I let them know. And unfortunately, one of them thought that it was in my interest to share that private message instead of keeping it private. So I was a bit disappointed in that. But what happened was, long story short, Capital Games, they basically have messed up Grand Arena pretty bad, and they're trying to fix it, but it takes it's kind of like the Titanic, when it's going, it takes a long time for it to turn around. So because of that, even though they know there's issues with Grand Arena, it's going to take them months and months and months. It's one of the reasons why Grand Arena is missing on the calendar for quite a while, because they're going to try and put in a bunch of fixes. And I talked to them a lot about my perspective, and I'm a pretty big spender, so they understand my Whaley perspective. But they want to hear from me, and so I do. I share it privately in a private chat. And there's only a few people in that chat room, and we all have been talking about Grand Arena. And actually, the frustration has been building in that chat room over and over and over, and it's starting to boil over. And some of us are getting really frustrated. And I had a day where I got to go against a guy who I've gone against three times minimum, and the guy has 1,000 pertinent speed mods. I have 600. It's an impossibility to win. I've fought him 3 times. I mean, all the counters I have are just moot point. Even when I full clear him, he always has more points because I can't get single clears on his teams because of the speed. And that is what it is, right? But I was privately complaining to them, telling them, this is messed up. You guys got to fix this. And I complained about mods being broken because it used to be you could get good speed mods. And I, for a long time, got decent speed mods, but I have not gotten a good speed mod in a long time. Ever since mods 2.0, it's very difficult to get good mods. And anyway, I complained about the mods. I did give him a solution in my complaint, and there was conversation before and conversation after. But I woke up in the morning to him having kicked me out at 1 a.m. I'm guessing he was having some beer and got frustrated and decided to just boot me. Kind of didn't think that one through very well. That was Capital Game Eric. And I woke up to that. And so I, woke up. It's, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going through my messages and I read that I've been booted, all because I had a moment of frustration, which, by the way, side note, they told us if we were going to be frustrated with the game to go into this private chat and share it in the private chat, because they didn't want us make it. They don't want us making public videos publicly bashing the game. And I get it, right? They don't need, 15 YouTubers talking crap nonstop about the game. It's not healthy for the game for everyone to do that. And so I understand that. I get it. Reddit. So I haven't gone on and created some like super video on how I hate capital games or how the game's going to crap and stuff. I want it to succeed, right? So long story short, basically I confront him through a message, and that message wasn't responded to right away. And I talked to my patrons, let them know I got kicked out. And they said, what'd you say? And so I showed him the screenshot simply of what I responded with privately. And unfortunately, one of them shared that, and that's how it got out. But before it got shared, Eric kind of came to his wits and got a hold of me and said, I see your point, and while you frustrate me, I appreciate you. And we've used a lot of your feedback in the past, and I want to have you back. Will you be back? And I said, sure. So he sent me a link. I joined up, and then boom, it hit Reddit, and he private messaged me, and he's like, why is our conversation, or at least part of it, on Reddit? And I was like, I don't know. So, like I said, bit surprised about that. But so I got an individual asking, what is your suggestion to fix mods? I feel that pain, but I want a fair solution. So Crispy Biscuits, the solution to mods is for them to go back to the old way of rolls. When mods first came out, if you had a 5 speed and you got a roll on speed, you would get the same thing that you had. So if you had 5 showing, you'd get 5 again, and if it rolled again, you get another 5. Now you could get 5, 3, 3, 3, and so the value of speed has been decompressed. There's now a valuation from like 3 to 6, or 2 to 5, and each mod has a different value, and now it's been readjusted where 5 used to trigger all the time, and now basically 3 triggers all the time. It's a higher percentage. It's like 70% of the time 3 triggers, 30% of the time 4 triggers. It's really, 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 really hard. It takes almost an act of God for you to win the lottery and get a good mod. That's not the way it was when mods first came out. Everybody got good mods. As long as you put energy into mods, you got good mods out. Now you can put all that energy into mods and still not get good mods. So hopefully they'll work on that. But someone asked how you mod geos. So we're going to go to geos and mods, and some of them are modded very well, and some of them need some work. But my Geo Brood Alpha, I did crit damage and crit chance sets with speed, crit damage, protection, and protection. Okay, Geo Spy, crit damage set, and then a random set. I wanted it to be crit chance, but I'm just trying to get some decent stats on him. And let's see, speed, crit damage. Hold on, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Thought I was gonna sneeze. Crit damage. We got offense, right? Offense, brother. Health, defense, offense, of course. Sunfac, we've got defense and tenacity, and there we have protection, defense, tenacity, protection. So really trying to get his defense, protection, and tenacity up, which is what you do with a tank, right? Again, there's a little bit of work needing to be done here. Geo Soldier, I've got crit damage and crit chance. Let's go ahead and slice this one. Hopefully the offense will roll. There's 2 offenses on this, so 50% chance that health will roll. That's how it works, right? All right, let's roll it again. Come on, 50% chance for offense. Let's do it. There we go. That's not too bad. Offense rolled a little bit. And so, yeah, we've got speed on there, crit damage on there, protection, and protection. And then Poggle, he's probably my worst modded character, but he's pretty good. And I've got basically a health set. This is pretty bad. Health set, crit chance set, and potency set. He's all over the board. Got a little potency, got a little crit chance, got a little health. We got a speed arrow there. We got some crit chance. That's honestly a terrible mod. Tenacity, he does not need that. And then some protection, but I haven't really done a ton with his stuff, so it is what it is. All right, let's see. We're almost time to go back to Arena, do another battle. Let me catch up on questions. Let's see. Crispy Biscuit says that's a great suggestion. Another question. Any Crystal Ball predictions on next meta? Seems like Padme would be involved. I don't think Padme's going to be involved. I think if another meta comes out, there's a possibility of it being Clone Wars, but I don't think it will be that. I think it would be something Jedi-esque because of some of the new Jedi they're probably going to introduce for sure. Wormy says, sorry to see Mr. Rush retire from Delta Force for sure, man. He was the biggest Kraken in the game. In fact, I think he probably spent more on mods than anybody else ever. We'll see. What about a Sept team? Khaleesi Dragon asks, crit avoidance arrow better on B2 and Magna, or protection the better way to go? Honestly, I would put protection. Critical avoidance isn't going to reduce enough of the crit damage you're going to experience at the levels at Gear 13 or Gear 12 you're facing, so I would just stack that extra protection. And then someone asks, am I going to have this on my channel after the live stream's over? And the answer is yes. All my live streams make their way as permanent videos on my channel. With Padme coming back, which, by the way, they announced as I was driving to Denver, they announced that, so that's pretty good. Will you be able to make a guide for non-droid teams? I can't replay the event, unfortunately, and I do have it recorded when I won, but I did use some droids. So, in fact, General Grievous is really the only character you need, and if you can get him Gear 13, he is going, and Zeta his unique, you'll be just fine. Let's see. Lewis asks, do I prefer my Scissorman account or my Whale account? And all day, every day, my Scissorman account. It's fun. It's fresh. It's exciting. Grand arenas are fun. I'm getting paired against new people every time. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose. I've only actually lost 3 battles on that. So it's been really, really fun. My main account, I get, there's 100 whales with the same GP as me, but I keep getting the same 20 guys over and over and over and over. And it just so happens a few of these guys are, way better on mods than me, and it just makes it frustrating. I don't mind losing. Actually, I actually love the challenge and don't mind losing to people like that. But I want to go then face other people who've lost to people with better modded teams. I don't think that I should just have to become a punching bag for people with better mods. When winners win, they should go to a winner's bracket, and if losers lose, they should go to a loser's bracket, right? And if you can win a number, you maybe go back into the winner's bracket, but I don't know. The championships should be similar to a championship. I'm just saying it would make sense. Let's see. Do you think they'll bring Malik back? Not anytime soon. I think they're really holding on to that. And then what would be better for Grand Arena defense? Gear 13 Bosk, Crew, or Fox? I use both FO and BH. Probably your Gear 13 Bosk just for ships and Grand Arena both combined. All right, we got to go against Gargamel. Gargamel is good. He's a good team. I lose sometimes to his team, even with all the effort in the world. I should still have a faster Basti. Hopefully, I still get to go first. There we go. Pop. We got to change our target here to Sith Trooper. Hopefully, we do some good damage. Pop. Nope, not really. Trying to take some damage out, even though I know the bomb is better placed a little bit later on. I want to try and, like I said, get a character out of here. And the best way to do that is mass damage. So we're going to do this. And that's all right. That was kind of a waste. No one's taunting. Let's see. She's about to go again. That's not going to work on her. Let's do HK. Let's suck the life out of him. And now we're stuck behind taunters. Let's do a basic. And this is not going to do well. We'll just do a basic. Come on. All right, there we go. This will be good. So now we have Death Mark on Darth Revan, and we only have one person that can hit him. That's not enough to kill him. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to kill the trooper. And now we can come over. Oh, here we go. Now let's stomp him. Bop. Ride the lightning. There we go. Get rid of her. Oh, that was close. All right. Smash him in the face. I'll lose them. That's fine. I still have my debuff, so there we go. Is 120% tenacity good on boss? Yes. Keep in mind he's gear 11 and 5-star. That's excellent, Marlon. That's excellent. Let's go ahead and put some debuffs on him. Whap. All right. Oh, wrong person to suck life out of. Darth Mar, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it very much. He's a patron of mine. He says, hi, what do you think about that players should choose what tunes they lock in for Grand Arena? The usual top 50 to 100 tunes, plus 2 or 3 for extra teams, and we can only use those teams once locked in. Hope that makes sense. I think it's a great idea, Darth Mar, and the reason is it gives them an opportunity to select what they want to be considered, because your top 60 or your top 80 may not necessarily be the characters you use. You may have a gear 13 Kit Fisto because you love Kit Fisto. That's a real thing. There's a guy out there that's on Facebook that loves his Kit Fisto. So it would be cool to be able to select the characters you'd like to take in, like your top 16 teams, top 8 and 8 or 6 and 6 or 4 and 4, and then that be utilized. That would be pretty cool. That's a great idea, Darth Mar. You should put that on the forums, and I will also bring that up as well. Ronald says, nice to see your main account. How's Scissorman? Scissorman's doing well. Bones Jones brings up a really interesting point, says, the road ahead has possible artifacts. So that is a good and a bad thing, right? When it first comes out, it's going to be awesome, going to make characters really powerful. It's kind of an interesting concept. We're going to be able to use old gear, and then after about 6 months, everybody's going to be out of gear, and everything's going to be at like level 6, and it goes to level 10, and it's going to become this insane whaley thing to get the best artifacts so you can have the better Darth Vader on the shard kind of thing. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So not super excited about that. All right, let's do another ship's battle. And RNG is funny. If RNG plays well, battles go quick, like 30 seconds quick. And if RNG does not play well, they go about a minute, minute and a half. I like to just go straight for Houndstooth. Target lock, call the assist. And then we're going to pound on Houndstooth. And the reason is ultimately he's going to taunt anyway. And the faster you can get him out, the better. Let's do a triple mollywop, call some assists, and kill him. And we're going to do one more attack, and this next attack, if both hit, should take him out. Come on. All right, here we go. One more hit. Cleanse my team. Oh, no assist call. No assist call. That's okay. All right, we're going to do Cassian's U-Wing. And we got to get rid of their Millennium Falcon. There we go. They're going to bring in Phantom 2, of course. That was kind of a waste, but that's all right. And we just have to chew through 2 ships now. Dodged randomly because RNG says so. There's a 2% chance of that, and it happens every single battle. I have the best RNG when it comes to ship avoidance and the worst RNG when it comes to other things dropping. Isn't that the truth? All right, we're doing a little better there. We got to climb a little higher because I've got payout pretty soon. Oh, that's a new guy, Warsman. Never heard or seen him ever in the top. Who do I have gear 13 for ships? Only one. You look. I've got, actually that's not true. I have Ahsoka Tano and Anakin for my Padme team and for their ships. And actually it really helped Anakin's ship a lot. I'm pretty excited about that. Of course, I have the Negotiator when he comes out, looking pretty good. And then Han's Millennium Falcon, both Han and Chewie. So if we look at Gear 13, let's go Gear tier. I know it looks like I have a lot, and I do have a lot. I would be lying if I said I didn't, but compared to who I'm facing, I have half as many Gear 13. And what's crazy about Gear 13 is it adds basically no additional GP. So I can go against somebody that's 5.6 million that has 100 Gear 13, or someone that has 1 Gear 13. So pretty crazy. Can I see your GG mods? Absolutely. General Grievous. What? Health, and health. 3 sets, health. This is health with 19 speed secondary. And this is crit damage. Now, there's a huge debate raging amongst the Krakens that the additional health, 16% health on here, is better than the crit damage. And then there is the debate if he actually crits that the 36%, which is eventually 42%, is better. I actually did not have a health mod here for 16 speed health that I could spare. And so I went ahead, even though there was a debate, didn't really care to decide which one was going to be better for me in my situation, and I went ahead and did crit damage. When he crits, it's just as impressive as anything I've seen on the internet. But you can go either way with that. You could go crit damage or health. I know a lot of people that prefer health, but again, it's what I had available. Good speed, good health, good offense. This is health, of course. You want health there, health here, and health here. So I got 3 of the 4 health, and I could go a little bit more health if I wanted to. I've got him over 108,000 health. I could get him up to about 120,000 health. The damage he does is based solely on health, but when he does damage, he either procs a regular hit or a critical hit, and so you do get the modifier of critical damage if it crits. You do get the extra damage modifier because it's still an application there. All right, so the other characters, let's see. Gear 13, what did I do? So I have got basically certain teams. So I didn't really focus on bounty hunters or clones, or Empire, or Ewoks, or First Order. But I did focus on Galactic Republic. You can see I got 7 Galactic Republic. I've got R2-D2, C-3PO. They're great for multiple teams. I've got Ahsoka Tano with Jedi Knight Anakin, Kenobi, and Padme. Those are the 4, right? And then Yoda is good for both Jedi and Galactic Republic. So he was worth it all day, every day. For Geos, so far, just my Brood Alpha, my Geo Brood Alpha. And let's see, no Imperial Troopers, no Jawas. I did go in on Nightsisters, and if you notice, Nightsister Spirit is in my favorites. She'll be my 5th that I take to Gear 12. And I am going to put a Zeta after Wat Tambor. This is my next Zeta. I'm definitely going to do this Zeta. And I know everyone goes full health on her, but I really like the stuns. So I've got her over 70,000 health. I'm happy with that. I stayed with 2 sets of potency because I wanted to keep her potency over 100%. So down here I've got health. Over here I've got health, here I've got health, and here I actually have speed because the faster your Nightsisters are, the more nightmarish they are to deal with. So high potency, high speed, high health, that's all that matters on Daka. And she's my next Zeta, like I said, other than Wat Tambor, which will be my next. So Nightsisters, Galactic Republic. I did not do Old Republic Phoenix. Rebels, I did obviously the top 5 Rebels, C-3PO, R2-D2, Luke, Solo, and Chewbacca. We just did that event the other day, and that was super fun. Everyone's asking why C-3PO. So I have a target speed for C-3PO around 290. There's a reason for that. I'm not going to go into a bunch of details, but I needed to be around 280, 8 to 290. And I was able to get him to 291 by taking him to Gear 13. I couldn't do it any other way. My mods that are on him are a speed set and a potency set. And Gear 13 is pretty crazy. If you look, he's got over 120,000 health and protection. That's important that he's over 120,000 health and protection. And very fast, I was shooting, like I said, for 289, and the only way I could get there was with that set. Yep, so that was why I got him to Gear 13, you guys. It also gives him more potency and stuff, and it made his potency a little bit higher. It's funny. Emperor Isaac says you have God mods. It is God mods in comparison to a new player or an intermediary player, but compared to what I face, I actually am on the lower spectrum. Team Instinct likes to pull mod reports and show who's kind of at the top, middle, and bottom, who needs the most work on their mods and stuff like that as far as like quality mods. And to be completely honest, if I wasn't a grandfathered in character, somebody who's been playing since the beginning, basically, they'd probably have booted me already because of my mods. My mods are not that good, honestly, and I farm mods every single day, but unfortunately, just, you know, it is what it is, RNG. So, you know, I've got a couple good ones. I'll give you that. I've got some good ones, but compared to who I get faced with in Grand Arena, it's a little bit lackluster. So Chewie, Han Solo, and Commander Luke, that makes sense. So we've got Galactic Republic, we got Nightsisters, we got Rebels, right? And then no scoundrels, separatists, of course. I've got 3 separatists, one on Nightsister team, one on the Geo team, and then 2. Now, I do have Magna Guard on my favorites list because he's the next one that's going to go to Gear 13. And then Sith Empire, of course. I do want to take Sith Marauder up to Gear 13, but he's what I would call a, you know, you don't have to. He's a luxury, that's for sure. What's the highest amount of Gear 13 in the game? I don't know. A guy I went against had 38 when I went against him, and I just looked and he was at 42. So he's up to 42. He's got almost he's got more than a quarter of his roster Gear 13 already. So there's that, and that's about it. That's what I have at Gear 13. Alrighty. I actually need to spend my energy, so let's go ahead and do that. Yay, Shard Shop currency for Cantina. And I got Magna Guard I'm working on. So we're going to go into, well, first we'll spend some of this. I'm trying to roll these mods. That's 13. Yep, this was the one I was working on. All right. And trying to roll them. And I already bought all my refreshes earlier today, so I'm just going to spend that energy. I spend half my energy in the morning. All the things that don't count towards reset I do in the morning, like mods and ship currency, and then I come back in the afternoon and I come back and do these. So for ship energy, I need 4. Oh, cool. I can buy the 4. So let's do that. That makes it guaranteed. But let's go ahead and spend the energy. Get some more. Always got to get those pieces. More and more. All right. And we're down to 1 piece. And I'm farming this. And we're doing the 100s. When it first came out, I did the 200s, and I spent all my crystals every day, but I need to save some of my crystals each day. So I've gone down to the 100s, and the 50s, the 100s, and that's 6 refreshes plus the original they give you. There's 40% drop rate. That's not terrible. There's 10% drop rate. I like doing them in 10s only because I can figure out an instantaneous drop rate, and I can do quick math in my head as to what my drop rate for the day was, because I just went 0 for 2 on that. So I got 5, and I got my 4, 1, and 1, which is 6 out of 60, which is 10% drop rate. Pretty terrible. 10% drop rate. It used to be when this first dropped, these pieces were dropping. I was getting 25 a day, and in 2 days I could get this piece. Now it's taking 3 or 4 days to get one crafted. There's no magic in there. It's just they flat out guaranteed went in and dropped the drop rate on this item because they saw the flow rate of individuals capturing so many was too high. There, of course, no comment, but I was tracking drop rates on this piece, and I was very fast getting people to gear 13, literally a gear 13 every other day, and now I'm down to one every third day if I'm lucky, and that's really lucky. So now it's actually twice. It takes about 4 days on average when it was taking 2 days on average. So the drop rate was shrunk because it was too good. Apparently 25%, which was my original average, was too good for them. And now I'm around 12-13% drop rate. So yeah, someone says watt shards. I'm at 59 watt shards. So we're going to get, I think, between 40 and 50 more. So I'll be unlocking watts, and I have enough to do his Zeta. He only has one Zeta, so that's good. And yeah, let's see. I got more ships battles to do for sure. And let's go into ships. Wars, man. That's pretty Wars, man. That's a cool name. Khal Drogo says he notices the drop rate being much worse. I know a lot of people that say, oh, it ebbs and flows, but for weeks, and I mean weeks, I was able to capture that amount of drop rate, 25 a day minimum average. I was getting 30 a day on some days. Some days I was getting 22 or 23, but 25 was my average. Yikers. I'm going to lose him. No. I don't want to lose him. This all rebel fleet is actually pretty solid. There you go. That does happen if you get all the assists called, which sometimes you get assists, sometimes you don't. And we're still going to win this. But that's definitely a great starting line. They're going to bring the Houndstooth out from the back. He's about to come out right now. Nope. He got prioritized. 101K. That was a crazy good hit. All right. There we go. And 2 against 1. No assist. That's 50% chance. And there's his Houndstooth. I've seen a lot of people do that. Hide a Houndstooth in the background. Let's see. I guess we'll just call an assist. 50% chance I would get that. And let's go ahead and do the AoE. Almost. And let's go ahead and use this on his partner in crime. We're going to flood the field, so I'm going to bring in mine so I can get another immediate assistance. We're going to hit hard. Hopefully I take out his protection. There we go. Oh, and the heal, but they healed the wrong person. That was funny. Targeted the wrong one. Boom and boom. That was crazy how I lost my Houndstooth in the first 10 seconds. That actually happens almost every battle that I fight now. Either I take theirs out or they take mine out within like 10 seconds of the battle. Kind of crazy. Let's go ahead and do Lando's. I love Lando's Falcon. Boop. Goodbye. Bam. 71K. Goodbye. Oh. We'll call an assist. Clear the foresight and get the double tap. There we go. Got the assist. Boy, that was a long battle. 2.5 minutes to win that one. But that Rebel fleet, that front 3 Rebel fleet's a really good fleet. If you can get Houndstooth to come in next, very next, it's a possibility to win. And it looks like I got 2 more battles to do. I got to go to 4, and then I got to go to 1 to get my stuff there. We just switched over, so I get some more energy. All right, and there's rank 1. That's always nice. And I think I haven't been in here yet. It's new, just refreshed. I still purchase all this crap that's in here. And for shipments, of course, I get anything that's for credits or ally points. And they see the Frule is asking, do I roll with my arena dudes? Yeah, we chat. We have a chat. I rarely am in the chat room though. I purchase these every single day at every single refresh. They're super high priority, and then I kind of scroll through just to see if there's anything I'm low on. You guys want to see something really, really crazy? I'll show you something really, really crazy. 13, that's 1,200. I always buy credits out of here. Nothing out of here. And there's a speed with speed. Let's buy that. Like it's going to matter. Defense, no. Something about mods, you guys, that you want to buy. The mod secondary stats, they have said that they're programmed to have a 25% drop rate. So all stats have an equal chance of dropping. But I don't believe it. There's actually a guy who tracked on Reddit that defense and defense percent drop almost twice as much as other stats. Tenacity was the next up there. And I can tell you from personal experience, those mods that have defense, seems like defense, 90% of the time wins out. So that does happen. All right, let's see. Offense, that's a protection primary. And it has defense on it. You don't want to buy one if it has defense on it. Speed with speed. Let's do that one. It's tenacity's on it, which makes me nervous because tenacity sucks. Let's go down here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I've been trying to get these for her, the spirit. And I'm going to show you something funny. You guys are going to be like, no freaking way. If you guys want to see what a real Kraken account looks like, I'll show you. So everybody says the Carbantes suck, right? Getting Carbantes, it's terrible. It's like the worst thing ever. Let's see. Is there a Carbante down here? Come on. There's a Mark III Carbante. I just have 18 sitting in my inventory. That's terrible. Everyone's going to give me virtual stares from now on after seeing that. I have all of the gear like this, though. I have no one to gear. So, yeah, that's hilarious and terrible all at the same time. Jordan's asking, when do I believe Malik's coming back? Not for a month and a half, 6 weeks, I don't think. Thomas says, do you think speed is too powerful over this next character, just like Padme, will not be necessary for speed? Well, I think they're trying to build it. I think they're trying to build that speed is not as important, but with all the old characters, speed is as important. Cogmo says, you are why the cryotechs were introduced. Yes. Yes, that is exactly right. Unfortunately, they introduced new gear. And so you can look. I mean, I've got a couple of the med packs built. I have one stun gun built, but let's see if we can find the. I've got 3 furnaces built. Where's the? I've got 39 of the hollow projectors. Just 39 is sitting around, and those are just the fully crafted. I actually have hundreds of the pieces. Yeah. I also have some of the guns, the stun gun pieces, but I'm trying to do this. Let's see. Here's the stun gun. Let's see how many I have. Whoops, that's not it. I have 5 stun guns. That's not that much. Let's see. For her, I need 16 more. I need 4 more of these. 4 more. I get 10 for 300. It's really a waste. Come on, give me a good drop rate. Give me a good drop rate. Give me a good drop rate. Yeah, boy. And this is what this currency's for. This currency's for just this exact situation. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. All right, cool. That's awesome. What would you do if I crafted and sang out of tune? I would equip it and make her happy. Oh, she's the same piece that Magna Guard is? Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be a difficult one. 5,000 health and speed, bros. So I got to get her speed to 270. Minimum 270. And I got her speed to 273. When did I do that? Oh, speed must have rolled on a mod. I've been rolling mods on her to get extra speed because I needed her at 270. There's 12. There's 10. Speed must have rolled because I didn't have her at 270. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go, you guys. Be my good luck charms. Come on. Speed roll, 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 roll. Oh, potency. Of course. Potency, you suck. Yeah, she wasn't 270 last I looked, but I rolled a couple of her mods the other day, so that was definitely my goal. The faster she is, the better. I went against a guy who had his Nightsister spirit at she was at 312, something like that, and she was hitting. She one shot a Baze Malbus, like one shot Baze Malbus, gone, which I thought was unfair. Yeah, but most people that I'm facing, their spirit is over 300 speed. If you want to know kind of what I face, their health is normally around 40,000. The health is around 36 to 40,000. Their speed's around 290 to 300. Potency's around 100, and damage is always between 4 and 5k. 4 and 5k. So I'm actually modded poorly comparatively to what I've face often, but it's like I got over 100 speed on her, man. That is good for me. That is really, really good. Joseph asks, was I using Rogue One combination against Nightsisters? No, I actually had a really tough gentleman who put basically all of his teams on defense, and I failed on my first attempt against his Nightsisters, so I figured I would take in a team that regenerates health, obviously, to drop the plague and have some burst damage, and I took in Rogue One as a cleanup, and I won on my cleanup, but this chick, she one-shot my Baze Malbus, which was nuts. But that guy had his Padme on defense, his General Grievous on defense, both Revans on defense, Nightsisters on defense, Nest on defense, Triumvirate on defense. He did not... I won that, actually. He did not clear my side. So, yeah. Man, that stinks. I'm so close to finishing this piece. But I need 36 more of these. That's 3 more days because I get about 12 a day. So I'm about 3 days away. Today I got 14, which was good, sadly. Joseph, all right, yeah. Okay, so I got first in arena. Now we're going to ships. I should be pretty close to my arena climb. There we are. And we're pretty close to an hour into my live stream. And you know what? I haven't had a single issue other than my video and audio are subpar compared to normal. But the internet at this crappy hotel that I'm at has actually been sufficient. So that is pretty awesome. Pretty excited. Of course, no call to assist. Help me. Help me help you. All right, let's kill him. He's going to taunt. Now we can... Ugh. They got mine because they got their calls to assist. Boy, you guys can see mine's at a sliver. And his is now at a sliver. And I cleansed just before. Good, good, good. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of his Millennium Falcon. Boom. Oh, it almost didn't kill him. That happens sometimes where you do like 5 shots against him and he still survives. It's like, what? All right, I need to health regenerate this. Let's go ahead and buff everybody with solid crit hits. Oh, yeah, here we go. Uh-oh, whoopsie. Awesome. See, Frank Brown said, keeping my kid awake to watch this live stream with me. He ran to grab his Vader hat for it. Shout out to Frank Brown's son. Pretty awesome. Very exciting. Gets to watch a little bit of battles on a high-end leaderboard. Tell you what. And then Ronald wants story time. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Oh my gosh. That just freaked me out. I was like, what did I do? What did you do, Richard? What did you do, Richard? All right. So I got one more battle I got to do, but we'll go into story time, and then I'm going to be done for the day because we're at 1 hour already, and I got to go eat dinner. I drove for multiple hours, 6 hours, 5 hours earlier today. Definitely want to get some food in my belly. Get in my belly. So let's see. I'm trying to think of story time. The Fuel's saying he's 2 a.m. He's watching my stream and eating cereal. Yeah. Trying to think of a story off the top of my head. I should have had one planned, but this was more of an impromptu live stream, and I didn't think about that. But I got to come up with something. Well, let's see. So, when I was in BUDS, Basic Underwater Demolition SEALs, Class 211, I met a guy. We all call each other by each other's last name. So he called me by my last name, and I called him by his. His last name was Green. He's not the infamous Instructor Green. This guy was actually a participant with me in Class 211. And Scott was his first name, Scott Green. Was in BUDS with me, and his father died, and he inherited a lot of money, like over $8 million. And TB12 is GOAT is a patron of mine, gave me a donation, says, "What's for dinner?" Thank you very much. Not sure yet, but I'm thinking of Domino's. So you paid for almost a pizza, brother. Thank you for that. So Scott Green and I met in BUDS, and he was a real jerk to me at first. And I didn't know why he was being a jerk, but I knew he was doing it for a reason, and that it wasn't his natural behavior. For some reason, I'm really good with people. I can tell people, whether they're speaking or not speaking, kind of what they mean or don't mean. It's just a natural knack that I can tell when I'm around somebody, kind of what they're thinking and feeling, even without them actually talking. And I knew he was being a jerk to me for a reason, and that it wasn't actually just his personality. So John Harvey says, "How was Hell Week for you?" It was a blink of an eye, my friend. Brown shirts are definitely things you have to earn and are worth it every minute. So anyway, I finally, after a few weeks of being treated like crap by Scott Green, I say, "Hey, Scott, you got to stop being a jerk to me, man. Like, I'm the only person that's nice to you here, and you need to just knock it off." And he said, "Why are you nice to me? Why are you nice to me?" And I said, "Well, because I think you're a pretty cool guy. I just think that, you're guarded. You're trying to be a jerk on purpose for who knows what reason." He goes, "Well, you don't know?" And I said, I don't know. I don't know why you're a jerk. And he said, "Well, because my father died and he left me with, $8.6 million. And everybody wants to be my friend for the money." And he's like, "You're the only person that's been nice to me, and you didn't even know I had the money." And he said, "That really means a lot." And he's like, "I've been a pretty big jerk to you, and I apologize, but I thought you were going to be like everyone else, but you were really nice regardless of how much I treated you like crap." Well, anyway, we became friends. That was one of my biggest friends in the military. And when I got injured in BUDS and he inherited that money, they actually unenrolled me due to medical because of my injury, my fall. I had a very, very, very large fall, which broke my back, neck, and hips, and I went to Balboa Medical Hospital in San Diego, and I was there for a long time. But after I got out of that, I went to a limited duty capacity until they unenrolled me from the Navy due to medical, honorable due to medical. And he actually was being disenrolled because his money was deemed by command to be a full-time job. So he wasn't gonna he wasn't going to be able to stay in. He lost his SEALs opportunity because of money, crazy enough, and I lost mine due to an injury based off another individual. I got accidentally kicked off of a rope by another individual, so I lost my opportunity due to another individual. So we kind of had similar stories in that sense, that we lost what was most important to us. So we became good friends. But anyway, his dad had a friend. His dad's friend was named Dan Downs, and Dan Downs said, "You guys, I'm going to take care of you because you're my best friend's son. I'm going to make sure you guys are taken care of." So I was introduced to Dan Downs. And if you guys don't know who Dan Downs is a multi-billionaire down in San Diego. Very, 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 very rich guy. Founded Qualcomm. They called it something different back then, but he owns a mountain in Escondido, Colorado, or California, Escondido, California, down there just north of San Diego at the time. He ended up selling off all his shares of that, but he was also like part owner of the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't know, the guy's Dan Downs, he's well known, but he's a multi-billionaire, and he was just like, at that moment in my life, he was like a father figure to me. And he invited us up to his house often. So him and I, my friend Scott and I would go up to his house and hang out. And we have a lot of stories from that house, okay? A lot of good stories from that house. But the one story I was going to tell you guys, aside from how I met Scott Green, because you guys have to know this whole story to know all the stories that are going to come from my time with Dan Downs, my time with Scott Green, and all of those crazy, crazy times. Scott, because he inherited that money, he said, "Hey, let's go buy a car." And I was like, yeah, so I don't have any money, man. He's like, no, I'm going to buy a car, dude. He's like, my mom, because until he was 25, his mom had control of his money. So his mom, he said, transfer me some money. So his mom transferred him about $100,000. It was $82,000 was what she transferred, but he didn't have a checking account set up. So she transferred it to my checking account. I'm not kidding you guys. I had $82,000 transferred to my checking account when I was like, 18. I kept that statement for like 12 years or whatever, because it was like a pretty cool thing. But she transferred the money to my account, which we then went in and withdrew it. And that was interesting. Two 18-year-olds withdrawing almost $100,000 in cash. The bank was not okay with it. In fact, the bank tried to tell us no. They ended up having to call security. Security pulled us into a back room, and they finally came to their senses. He had to call his mom. His mom had to talk to him, and she explained what he was doing and why it got transferred, because he didn't have a checking account, which is crazy. He's got money, right? And he doesn't even have a checking account. What kind of crazy fool is that? But his mom would transfer him money like through like MoneyGram or whatever. I don't know. It was really stupid. But anyway, so we went shopping, and if anybody's from California, South, San Diego and all of that, National City, you guys know what National City is. National City is a town south of San Diego, basically. It's kind of like a suburb, if you will. And in National City, there's this long row of just car dealerships on both sides. Just car dealerships on both sides as far as the eye can see. It goes miles and miles and miles of car dealerships. And we got a bag. It's a freaking backpack, because that's what he took. He was like, I don't know how to carry that much money, so we took a backpack. And they denied us access because they said you have to have a lockbox. Like, you got to have some way of securely storing it. So we had to go to the True Value next door and buy a little lock for his backpack so we could, by definition, call it whatever, a secured facility or secured bag or whatever. So anyway, we loaded up a backpack, $82,000 freaking dollars, and we went down to National City. And by the way, that was Bank of America in San Diego in Point Loma. They were the wonderful bank that gave us a hard time. But so we went down to National City and we went looking, and there's a couple of premier car dealerships down there. One that sells Porsches and another one that sells just exotic cars. Everything on their lot's an exotic car. Well, the the one dealership we went to, he was looking at a Porsche 911 and he's like, give me that car. And they were like, we walked on the lot and they ignored us. And then after we started talking to them, they were like, I'm sorry, we can't let you do this without your parents. I'm like, we're adults, dude. We're serving our country. We want to test drive this bad boy. And they're like, you can't do that. We don't do test drives. You just buy it and then it's yours. I'm like, well, that's bull crap. That's not how it works with cars. I've bought a couple cars in my day. I know that's wrong. Didn't sound right. But they were giving us a super hard time and they just kept saying, you know what, you should just go. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand. This guy's going to buy a car today. Like he's literally buying a car. And I didn't tell them that we had, $82,000 in a backpack. They probably thought that I was carrying around my entire belongings and I was homeless or something. I don't know. But, cause we were beach bums a little bit. But, so anyway, across the street, there was this exotic car dealership and they had a Porsche 911. And it was for sale. And I was like, all right. So we just walked across the street and the guy over there was like a heavyset Hispanic dude. And you could see it in his eyes. He knew that we were down to purchase. And so he watched us walk across the street and instantly he was like, hey, what's up, bro? You want this car? Like I got this awesome 911, he's like, you go. He had the keys already. He like knew, I don't know what it was. Like he's got the same thing I have where you can kind of tell people, without even speaking to them. And he walked up and he threw the key to my friend Scott and said, go test drive it, brother. And he didn't even have an ID or anything. Like this guy just knew. So we hopped in the Porsche 911 and we went test driving. And that was the scariest test drive I've ever been on. I'm not joking. And we came back and we paid cash for a Porsche 911. And the guy was super happy that he took care of us because that guy got to take the backpack from us. They had to drop the price quite a bit actually to pay for the taxes, but they were totally okay with that. So that night, my friend Scott's like, hey man, he's like, let's go, down I-8, let's go cruising and stuff on I-8. And I was like, all right. But I was like, take me back to the base. And so I wanted to like change and get ready for the night because we were going to go down to downtown and watch a movie and some other stuff, show off the new car he bought, right? And we go to the base, and he's driving like 100 miles an hour on I-5, dude. I mean, stupid. And then he gets off on Grape and goes down Grape and goes around by the shore and takes me back to Point Loma. And I go to my base, I get in, I change, and I'm like, I'm not getting in this car with this fool, man. Scott Green's going to kill me. So I told him, I'm like, you know what, dude, I'm not feeling too well. You just go. Have your fun, I'll see you again later. He's like, no way, dude, you're bailing on me. You're such a punk, And I was like, whatever. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not feeling well. Just had that gut feeling it was not going to be a good night. And you should always follow that, by the way. That's my warrior tip of the day. If you've got that gut feeling, you listen to it, man. Anyway, long story short, I get a call from his mom. Because by this time I know her pretty well. And she's like, yeah, so could you help me one more time? And I had to get bail money sent to me and bail him out. The Scott took his car, his Porsche 911, over 100 miles an hour down I-5 again, got in a high-speed pursuit with the cops and crashed it. Freaking crashed it. And this was 97. This was in 1997, if you're wondering what year, because someone's asking what year. And he totaled his Porsche 911 the first night he owned it. Freaking totaled it. And so anyway, he got arrested and his car impounded, and that was it. He lost his license. He ended up getting, a suspension and all that or whatever. No big deal. He got out. And so I had to become his chauffeur. I had this crappy 1994 Pontiac Grand Am. Crappy Pontiac Grand Am, 1994 Pontiac Grand Am, and I had to chauffeur him everywhere. Of course, he gave me gas money and stuff. He had money, but I became his chauffeur for the rest of our relationship that year, the next couple of years. But that was in 97, and that's crazy. So anyway, super, super funny. I totaled my very first car on my very first day. That's a story for another time, for another story time. So for anyone that is a frequent watcher of me, if they want another story time about another car crash, I have so many car crash stories in my life that I've survived and shouldn't have, which is why I had that suspicion I wasn't going to survive with him. And I was glad I actually didn't go because I probably would have died. But in the future, if you guys want a story time and I don't have a story picked out, you guys just say car crashes and that'll open up a bunch of stories for you. And remember, there's a bunch of other stories as well that come out of my time in San Diego. In Escondido, Dan Downs. In fact, Dan Downs wrote a book called Not My Son. You can look it up, Not My Son by Dan Downs, and he actually dedicated the book to me and my family, me, my wife, my kids, and it's an interesting book, so you go check that out if you want. But anyway, figured I would chat with you guys. By the way, the story's a fiction, totally fiction, 100% fiction, even because he makes me a Navy SEAL in there and everything. And you guys know, if you don't know, I got severely injured from a 54-foot fall and never got to finish my BUDS training. So, but the story's a fiction story, but it's kind of an interesting story. So if you guys want to check that out, check it out. Anyway, it was really, really fun, you guys. Story time was good. Make sure that you guys check out other videos that I'll have out. I'm going to try to do another live stream from this hotel, possibly tomorrow. Maybe, I don't want to promise anything, but that would be fun. Dale says, did you meet Ron Burgundy? Yes, I did. But anyway, I appreciate it, you guys. And as always, keep on gaming. Keep your gaming on. That's almost mobile gamer saying, right? He says, keep on gaming. I say, keep your gaming on. Warrior, out.